I am turning 22 in a couple of days, so let's do a little life reset. So I wanted to reflect on my year of being 21 and also look towards the future, some goals that I have. So let's just have a nice little chat and you can come along with my ride of figuring out my life. So I feel like last year was a very chaotic year for me and a lot of things happened. I sort of had a lot of plans that definitely did not work out. I had some interesting job things happen, some that I get into throughout my vlogs, some that I don't. I also have a lot of family and just like personal things going on with my life. You know, I'm still in school. Just a lot of things have happened. Not a lot last year went to plan, but we're here, and for my 22nd birthday, I've set a couple goals that I think are more doable, more chill, more relaxed, but also focused mainly on like me growing as a person and like self-improvement type things. So yeah, I definitely don't know how to feel about last year. Obviously, the past year I have been doing more YouTube things. I started vlogging, which was really fun. I'm very happy with that part of my life. Reading wise, I wouldn't say I'm too happy with. I definitely have not found as many books that I have loved, and I've even set goals that I want to read more things that I'm actually going to end up liking and enjoying. And even when like I set that goal and I've been DNFing so many more things, obviously I have videos about my whole DNF progress type thing, but I just feel very sad when it comes to thinking about my reading, because like my average rating for this year so far is a 3-star, and last year I think it was only like a 3.3, 3.4, and I definitely just haven't had a lot of favorites. I think so far in 2025 I only gave like 4 books so far 5 stars, so it's definitely been a very slow year for me reading wise. As far as school goes, I'm sort of bouncing back and forth between what I want to do, because my original plan of going to school and what I wanted to do was not the path for me, and I've struggled a lot with that actually, of what I always imagined myself doing, and just realizing that that's actually not what I want to do with my life, and having to reevaluate all that. It's been very tough. Also, working while going to school, also very tough. So life has just been so chaotic, but let's talk about some of my goals for next year, because I'm really looking forward to it. So first things first, when it comes to my reading, because that's mainly what my channel is focused on, is me reading. I don't want to set any like big pressure goals for myself. So one goal that I have is my book buying ban. I have been on a journey so far in 2025 to read my entire TBR. So ebooks, audiobooks, physical books, all of that. I started the year off with over 340 books on my TBR, which just stresses me out because I don't like having that many options. I am definitely a very indecisive person, so I just wanted my TBR to be a lot smaller, and I keep saying that I'm actually going to go on a book buying ban, and I never do it. So I really want to actually do that. I want to save more money, which is another goal we'll get to in a bit, but I feel like I just spend a lot of money on books. I have been better so far in 2025. I think I've only spent around like $250 on books so far, but last year I definitely spent a whole lot more than that, and again, my TBR is over 300 books, so I really do not need to be spending more money on books, which also leads me into my second goal, which is to use the library more often. Obviously there's a lot of political things going on right now with libraries, a lot to do with like defunding libraries, and book bannings, all of that stuff that I'm sure all of you are well aware of, but I would really like to support my library a whole lot more. I am very lucky to live in a city that has a really good library district. They have a lot of diverse books, a lot of queer books, and I'm very proud of like my library system in general's like catalog of books. So I would like to support them by actually using them more often. Usually I only use my library like through Libby for ebooks and audiobooks, but again, I've talked about it before, ebooks and audiobooks are not like my preferred format. I'm definitely a physical book girly, so I would really like to actually go in person to the library, get some physical books, and just support my library a whole lot more. So speaking about saving money, one of my big goals for my 22nd birthday is to save more money, but also to get into investing. If you've been following along with my vlogs, you will have seen that I have read quite a few finance books to try and teach myself and like educate myself on finances and investing. One of the things that I would like to save for is an actual house. I do live with my mom, thankfully. So like I don't have any bills besides my phone bill and like car insurance and stuff. But other than that, like I live here rent-free, thankfully. So I have a lot of opportunities to save. But yes, I would very much like to own a house one day in the far future, but I would really like to save for that as well as save for retirement, because I am aware of how important that is. And yes, obviously I am working part-time. I don't work at a job with like benefits with like a 401k or anything, so it's kind of all on me. And since I am still in school, it's going to be many years until I actually work a job that hopefully has benefits. But either way, one of my goals is to save, learn how to invest, and just feel more financially secure. And yeah, that's just a really big goal of mine, something I want to continue learning about. But yes, definitely a very big goal of mine. Some other like self-improvement things that I have planned is continuing on with not drinking soda. I'm not actually sure if I ever mentioned that, but last year I cut coffee completely out. Obviously through the course of the year I cut it out, and I'm very proud of that, and I've stuck to it, and I feel really good not drinking coffee, not constantly spending money on coffee. Obviously, like I still go to Dunkin', very big fan of the pineapple mango refresher. That's amazing. But I have started so far this year cutting out soda, which has definitely been a bit harder for me just because I'm a big fast food girly. I love fast food. Love going through a drive-thru, getting some food. But that is actually something I want to cut out in the coming year, is fast food. So while I have been doing really good cutting out soda, I think for next year, I would like to start cutting fast food out of my diet. I spend way too much money there. It's not healthy food, and I just want to eat healthier and feel better about the things that I'm eating, which is why I have set the goal that I want to cook more often. I do usually cook dinner at least 5 days a week, but I would like to try out some new recipes. So for the past couple of birthdays and holidays, I have gotten some like cookbooks, and I would really like to try out some more recipes and learn how to just cook different things, because I feel like I'm always cooking the exact same thing for dinner every single week. So I would like to try new recipes, and I just think that would be very fun, because honestly, I don't mind cooking, like the whole process of cooking. I don't mind it. But yes, that is definitely a very big goal of mine as well. I just really would like to focus on eating better and feeling better about what I am consuming. To go along with that, this year I have started going to the gym and lifting weights. That was one of my goals for 2025, and I definitely want to continue doing that. But overall, I just want to go to the gym more often. I feel like I only go a couple times a month, and I would really like to do it at least once a week. Like I want to step up my game. I want to feel healthier, feel better. So I definitely want to do that. But along with that, I would really just like to go outside more. I would like to see the sun. I live in Florida. There's plenty of sun. So I would really like to do that. I just feel a lot happier when I'm outside, and yet I'm always inside. So that is definitely a goal of mine, to just sit outside once in a while, be one with nature kind of thing. I would also really like to visit a new state. So one thing that I've been to quite a few states, I won't lie, but I have not visited all of them. And that has been like one of my bucket list goals, is to visit all of the states. So I would like to start working on that. I know me and my boyfriend have like planned to like take a road trip up to Maine and like visit all of the states on the way there, but that is obviously a very big road trip that we definitely have to save for, so it's not something that's going to be happening in the coming year. But I would just like to take a little trip and visit at least one new state. And then just some other random things. I would really like to get another tattoo. It was actually one of my goals for this year that I never actually got around to, just because of how chaotic life has been. And also the tattoo place that I go to, they like book 3 months in advance, and that's also very hard for me. So yeah, I'm moving that goal up, but it is something that I really want to do. And then another random goal that I have is actually to declutter my closet. I have so much stuff. I am so bad at getting rid of clothes, and like I have stuff from high school still in my closet, and even though I've moved like so many times, I still just don't get rid of stuff. So that is one thing that I want to do. And then another random goal is I want to continue my sort of, not necessarily like scrapbooking, but like photo albums. I have been loving printing out pictures and making photo albums. I love the whole vibe of actually flipping through a physical book of photos and like looking at memories. So that is also something I want to continue doing. And along with that is to stop using Instagram. I don't like Instagram. I haven't for a while, probably since they were bought out by Meta. But the whole Reels situation, the stories, and I just hate it. And I hate being on Instagram. It's not for me. It's not for me. So I would just really like to get rid of it, which I have gotten rid of it for like a couple months at a time, and then I end up going back to it. So I want to get rid of it. That's a goal of mine, to just get rid of it, get it out of my life, cut it out. I don't need it. As far as like channel things go, I don't have like any goals. I really enjoy vlogging, so that is something I want to continue doing, like continue doing weekly vlogs. Even though they're definitely not like my best performing videos, they do just make me really happy of getting to like document and share my life. Even if I'm not doing anything, I just think it's fun. I think it's fun. So I'm going to continue doing it. Other than that, I don't have really any plans for this channel. It's just a space that I talk about stuff on. So I don't have any goals for this channel. I don't have like any big things that I want to accomplish with this channel in the next year. Obviously, if you want to keep up to date with my life and what I'm doing and what's going on, you can definitely follow along with those vlogs. I have a whole playlist of them. I do those vlogs every single week, so they're there if you want to watch them. But that is it. I talked about how sunny it always is in Florida, and it looks like it's about to rain, which is so much fun. But yes, I am super excited to turn 22, to see how this new year goes for me, and I just love fresh starts. Like it's so much fun to have like a fresh start and to just be positive and look forward to the future. It's just something that I personally love. I'm also just a very goal-oriented person, so I love anything that gives me an excuse to set goals. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and definitely subscribe if you want to continue watching my little journey, and I will see you all in the next video.